What is up, everybody? Hope you guys are all enjoying your wonderful afternoon or morning, and this is going to be a upload on potential for a massive northeast snowstorm here that can possibly bring up to 1 to 3 feet for massive cities like New York City, Washington D.C., Philadelphia, Scranton, all the way up to Boston. We're looking at a huge amount of snowfall here coming mid next week, and this snowstorm right now is currently bringing snow right now for portions of Oklahoma, Texas, and Colorado. So I'm going to gradually talk about the South Central in the beginning, and then the rest of the video will be talking about the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic, as this will be a massive threat to people out there in the Northeast here. Before we get to the video, please subscribe if you're new as well. If you live in the Northeast, I would subscribe as well, because I'm going to be talking about this for the next few days, so you can get faster updates than usually your TV would do. And as well, be sure to hit the like button so I know you guys like videos like these. Without further ado, let's get in the forecast. So here's like now at the National Weather Service here, and as you can tell, we have a lot of portions of the United States that are under some type of winter weather alert here. So we have that storm finishing off right now in the Midwest here in Great Lakes. It's continuing to bring very heavy snow, but by the end of today, it will really be diminishing here. We have windstorm warnings now for portions of north central Michigan, and a few winter storm warnings there for Iowa and Illinois, as those areas can see well over 6 inches of snowfall. And then we have a few winter weather advisories for areas like Madison and Des Moines. But this is the big storm we're really looking at right now. Right now, the storm that's going to impact the Northeast is currently bringing snow for portions of the Rockies and Sierras, and it will soon bring snow into portions of the South Central by tomorrow here. But we have winter weather advisories stretching all the way up from the Sierras in Oregon, all the way up into the Ozarks there in northwestern Arkansas. The only warnings we have currently are actually outside the mountains here. That's going to be for areas like Oklahoma, southern Kansas, and one county there in northern Texas here. We're looking at a good amount of snowfall here, actually. So Gage, Woodward, and Alva, and even Beaver, you guys are under winter storm warnings there. And of course, big cities like Oklahoma City and Elk City, you guys are under winter weather advisory. So really, this storm right now is currently bringing some good amount of snowfall for portions of the Rockies, including the Four Corner states. And the thing is, it's going to travel all the way to the southeast. It's going to bring a ton of rain for around Monday and Tuesday for the southeast. And then by Wednesday, it's going to go up the east coast. It's not going to be a nor'easter. It's not going to be a nor'easter because the low pressure will be over land. But it's going to go straight up the east coast here. So this is technically a cross-country snowstorm because it really started bringing snow yesterday in Washington. It is now literally going across the whole United States now, all the way from Washington to Maine. That is literally the definition of a cross-country storm. The only thing is it won't bring in any snow for the southeast, so that's just because of those warmer temperatures. But once it goes into those really cold temperatures, we will start to see that snow really falling off. So we're expecting winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories, and watches for millions and millions in the Northeast, including big cities like New York City and Boston. You guys are definitely looking like you guys are going to get your finally good snowstorm that I predicted could happen this December. So before we actually move in details in the Northeast, let's now check out what we're seeing right now. So this is the next 20 hours. This snowstorm is this low pressure is going to start bringing some snow now for portions of the South Central and Southern Plains here. So let me actually change the pen here. So you do see we're seeing some decent light to moderate snow for portions of far western Oklahoma. A few snow showers. It's going to be very light, but the accumulation will actually occur quite quickly, as we will start to see some scattered waves in the next 24 hours. We will have some scattered portions of the snowstorm that could be very heavy at times. So it's going to be really a few waves here of light to heavy snow here. So it's going to be really all over the place and scattered here. By the next around really later tomorrow, late morning, for Central Time, we are going to start seeing this storm becoming a lot larger here and a lot more significant. Now going to bring in, that snow is going to start really popping up down in Oklahoma City. You guys are going to finally hit freezing temperatures, so that rain will actually now move more to the south as its cold front does move more to the south here, which is exactly allowing this snowstorm to bring snow for areas like Dodge City, areas like Elk City, Amarillo, up in central, up into the northern half of Texas. Like I did say, we're going to have some little waves that can bring very heavy snow here. So that's exactly why this accumulation doesn't look like it's going to be too much, but when you actually look at real detailed radars, you can tell this will definitely bring some heavy snow across these portions of the South Central. Even going to bring some snow now for areas maybe near Springfield, Missouri, some light to moderate snow for portions of eastern Oklahoma, Tulsa, You guys are gonna really miss out on like the portion when it goes up to Monday morning. But areas as well into north central Arkansas as well can start to see some snow showers here and some decent accumulation for this time of year for these general regions. The NAM 3 kilometer model for snowfall totals is showing it's definitely pretty reasonable. They are showing anywhere from 3 to 6 inches of snowfall for Oklahoma City there, but where we had those warnings, that's exactly where we will be seeing possibly the 7 to 9 inches of snowfall. So definitely it's been a very active Oklahoma winter so far, or I guess you say fall. This is their second snowstorm that has brought this type of accumulation here. They've seen more snow than the portion of Wisconsin. They've seen more snow than Chicago. They've seen more snow than Boston, all in just one snowstorm here. So far, these areas have gone over to a 4.5 of snow so far this fall. So definitely that not that La Nina typical pattern here. Like I did say, this month will be a El Nino pattern. And exactly why I predicted big snow chances across the eastern corridor, which is exactly what's about to happen here. But as we now go more to the east, this low pressure will start to get a bit more strength, and as it does move in overnight, temperatures will be steady at below freezing for a very widespread region here, which could very well allow for anywhere from above half a foot there for portions of the Ozarks. Now let's talk about the northeast here. So this is the same low pressure, but just days later as it moves eastward now. So this is the look now at the next 60 hours by Monday, and as you can tell, we are going to be seeing very heavy snow already developing in the Appalachians. So this is going to be kind of developing the crest of the Appalachians. We're going to be seeing a lot of rain for the eastern corridor in the mid-Atlantic. But don't worry, you guys will start to see some snow once you get closer to that low pressure. Going to see some scattered, very heavy snow showers across Charleston and extremely heavy snow for areas into far southeastern Kentucky and even far western Virginia. As we now go later into Monday over the day, there you see that snow really developing quite quickly here, and this will not be light snow. This will be extremely heavy snow with definitely some gusty winds here. But you're gonna see some snow now for New York City, mixed developing by mid-Monday. You're gonna start seeing the snow showers developing in areas like Scranton, Allentown, and Philadelphia, and those snow showers really as far east as Boston and as far east as Manchester there. But as we now go into Tuesday morning, this is when things just really fall apart quite quickly here. So you're probably thinking this is not major. I mean, it's going to barely bring snow. The thing is, it's going to be very cold in these areas. So it's going to take a few minutes to accumulate here. And European and GFS are showing really extreme amounts of snowfall. This is the one time these models have actually agreed on something. They didn't agree in Dame. They haven't agreed really whatsoever this year here. But you do see by Tuesday early morning, those snow showers could actually develop now into the east coast there of Maine. So this could be a coastal storm here. This could definitely be a coastal storm. That snowstorm we saw last week in the Northeast, it's going to be completely opposite now. These areas that didn't get too much snow in that storm are not going to get snow, such as the coast of Maine, New York City, Boston, Providence. You guys might get some action here, but really it's going to be there's going to be a lot of rain before that snow actually develops. So now let's take a look at the GFS here, and this is the 12D. So this is actually this is newly updated, as you do see. It's not even done with updating. So this is fairly the fastest and most recent data from the GFS here. So you do see in the next 48 hours by Monday mid-morning, early afternoon for Eastern time, I guess you could say that, we will start to see those first snow showers developing here. And those areas are going to be kind of slightly above or slightly below freezing here. And that low pressure will be to the south of that snow, because it's going to be obviously colder with that cold front here. It's going to be colder in the northern half of that low pressure here. For the southern half, for like Tennessee, North Carolina, and portions of southern Virginia, it's going to be fairly hard to get some snow in these areas, as it will be above freezing even overnight. So that's the unfortunate thing about areas like for like Richmond, Raleigh. You guys are definitely going to miss out on a big snowstorm here. But for areas that won't miss out, where we see those first snow showers in those higher elevations, such as just outside Pittsburgh there. Pittsburgh can get some moderate snow showers there, and all the way up into the northern half of West Virginia here. And you do see that low pressure kind of slightly goes off the coast here, but models are starting to indicate that it could really stay off. It could really stay off the coast here. Oh, sorry, it can stay inland. There are models indicating that, so it could be a nor'easter, but there's a few models that are indicating that low pressure does stay inland here. But in the next 54 hours, look at that very heavy snow now getting into now early Monday afternoon or mid-afternoon for Eastern time. We're going to be seeing very heavy snow showers for areas like Scranton, Philadelphia, areas in upper New Jersey, New York City, stretching all the way down now into areas of the Appalachians and the far western portion of Virginia. And that low pressure is going to be way to the south there, where we do have those warmer temperatures. So that's exactly why we could also see a big severe weather threat here. And you do see there, we're going to be seeing extreme conditions for areas like off the coast of Maine. Going to be a very big snowstorm for areas like Nova Scotia, and even a big snowstorm now possibly for Cape Cod. It's going to be really hard right now because that rain and snow line is going to be really very close to areas like New York City, Long Island, Providence, and the coast of areas like the Northeast and New England area. It's going to be a very close call right now, especially for areas like Cape Cod, especially for areas like Foxborough. You guys are looking at the rain snow line here, and that will really impact how much accumulation you see and how long the snow will last in your area here. So that's why things will gradually get more information here. So I'm going to talk about later today. I'm going to talk about tomorrow. I'm going to talk about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, even until the storm ends. So you guys can really new updates here, but I am planning on talking about this once again later this evening or afternoon, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Alright, so now last but not least, check out the NAM 3 kilometer, and then we'll start to look at snowfall totals, because that's the big thing. The snowfall totals. Right now, if you look at what I showed the GFS European, it does not look major what it looks like, but trust me, this will be very heavy snow, and the surface will definitely be below freezing to allow snowfall accumulation. So snowfall totals will shock you here unless you just want to skip ahead of the video, because obviously I can't do that right now. I have to go through it, but you guys can just skip through. But 45 hours from now, we are going to start seeing those first snow showers developing, those highest elevations, maybe a few flurries for areas like off the Ohio River into areas like Cincinnati. You guys may get a few flurries, but of course nothing like what Dane brought you, 3-4 inches. And you do see now in the next 50 hours, then we start to see a lot more of that snow. We start to see those temperatures do become closer to below freezing for areas like Greencastle, for areas like Charleston. We are going to start seeing some more snow showers, and that's going to kind of be on the upper northwestern half of that low pressure. Low pressure at this point will be right there. And this is going to be kind of the freezing line right here. That's going to be the freezing line. So it's going to be split. We're going to have the eastern half and southern half going to bring some severe weather. And then going to have that northern half and western half that'll bring in that heavy snow. But that will start to merge as that low pressure supposed to come off the coast here. Then that snow will come closer to the coast here. That severe weather move as well further off the coast. So that's the thing. That's why we'll be seeing some significant snowfall totals for areas as well off the coast here. That's not really what that last storm did with us there. And then you see heavy snow now into Monday for areas like New York City, all the way down now into areas like south central New Jersey, all of Connecticut, Long Island. Big snow for you guys. And then, of course, looking pretty promising for areas like Providence, Newport, all the way down to Cape Cod and Foxborough. Now, the snowball totals here. Let's check out at the European. And you're probably thinking, is this the one I just looked at that shows this much? And yes, it is. This is actually the newest update here. This is the newest update. And it is looking really good for those people in New York City and off the coast there in the New England area. Let's just jump in right now. So it does not look like it's so much snow will come down if you actually look at what the European future radar shows or precipitation, but it actually does, because the surface will be below freezing and the snow is going to come down very, very fast here. But where do we start? All right, let's go all the way down to the south here into areas like West Virginia. They're anywhere from 8 to 1.5 feet for Charleston, but those highest elevations there up the crest of West Virginia and far western Maryland, we're looking at well over 20 inches of snowfall. Baltimore, you guys are looking at anywhere from 5 to 10 inches of snowfall. That is impressive. Washington, D.C., 3 to 6 inches of snowfall. Areas near Alexandria, just to the northwest, 8 inches there. And the far northern tip of Virginia can get over 2 feet of snowfall. the far western half of Maryland, anywhere from a foot to 26 inches of snowfall. Roanoke looking at half a foot of snowfall there. Richmond just missing out here. And you see we're going to be some slight snow totals for portions of the Ohio River. Could actually get half a foot there in southeastern Kentucky, maybe 1 to 2 inches there for Lexington, maybe 3 to 4 inches for areas off the Ohio River, maybe 1 to 2 inches there for Youngstown. Pittsburgh, and it really just missed out as well. It's going to be a big central and eastern Pennsylvania snowstorm, which, again, this December, in my December forecast, I did say this pattern is definitely likely to bring up at least one big snowstorm for the Northeast. And we already saw one, but this is going to be more closer to the coast here, which I predicted here. And that's all because of that El Nino pattern we are going to be seeing this month of December. And you see up to 2 feet near State College, where Penn State is 24 to 30 inches there. Greencastle, anywhere from 20 to 30 inches of snowfall. Definitely crazy. Philadelphia looking at 15 to 17 inches of snowfall. You go further north now up the New Jersey, up the Delaware River. You do have anywhere from 20 inches near Allentown and 23 there to the north near Scranton. The Poconos up to 2 feet there as well. We're looking at New York City, 16 inches of snowfall. I mean, that is probably 8 times what you guys saw just last year, the whole season of winter. This is all in fall. Even near Atlantic City, 2 inches there as well. If you go near Albany, just going to miss out the snowiest, so-called snowiest city, which is not really snowiest city, but Albany really missing out 3 to 6 inches there. So it's going to be a rare snowstorm here where the highest snow totals are actually on the coast. Look at portions of Long Island, anywhere from 10 inches to the far eastern tip to where Manhattan is, where 16 inches of snowfall is likely. Hartford, 16 to 18 inches of snowfall. Boston up to a foot there. Foxborough, 13 inches. Look at that. Newport might see more snow than areas in upper Massachusetts, which does not happen much. Look at Newport, 13 to 17 inches of snowfall, and Pittsfield, 8 to 12 inches there. I mean, look at really the Appalachians right here are finally going to feel what it's like to miss a big snowstorm. So that's karma for that last snowstorm last week. GFS is even showing even more snow, and GFS and European are finally agreeing on snowstorms here. I mean, look at this. They're showing a lot more snow for areas like Washington, D.C., getting up to 14 inches for D.C., getting as well actually snow for Richmond. They're actually getting a ton of snow for Richmond here. Richmond's looking at 8 inches from the GFS when the European has nothing. So the GFS is actually more to the east here, a lot more to the east, and you kind of tell the resemblance there. They're way to the east here. For example, they only show it to 7 to 10 inches there for State College, but they showed to 24 inches there European. So there's still a lot of flaws, but there's also a lot of pros. I mean, look, they're showing at the 2 feet there for Upper New Jersey. They're getting around 19 to 20 inches for Philadelphia. At the Delaware River, getting anywhere from 20 to 24 inches there. I mean, Richmond, 8 inches is a lot. I mean, that's a lot here. I mean, that's basically half their whole seasonal snowfall. So we'll see who's right here. Well, I guess that low pressure, the GFS issuing that low pressure going further off the coast sooner, which does seem reasonable. But 17 to 25 inches of snow for much of Connecticut, including Hartford, New Haven. New Haven might see more snow than upper northeastern Connecticut. That doesn't happen much whatsoever. Look at 23 inches, 25 inches there for New Haven. New York City looking at 2 feet from the GFS here, which that will be absolutely just crazy here. Good thing with really COVID, many people won't be out, so hopefully there's not too many accidents. But this will definitely keep people out from outside and keep them inside the house. 25 inches there near Providence, 20 to 30 inches there near Foxborough and Cape Cod. I mean, this is crazy. And for one, this is just weird. This snowstorm is really weird. You know why? The NAM is actually underestimating the storm so much. I mean, so much. There's like a 30-inch difference for some of these areas. They don't have a single flurry for DC. They don't have a single flurry for areas like State College, a single flurry for areas up near Boston. I mean, there's a very big difference here. They are still showing up to half a foot there for New York City, but that's a big difference. And I really disagree with the NAM. And of course, like I did say, they're really bad. So I mean, look at these. The European GFS. I mean, keep this in mind. I mean, this is definitely looking like it could be a massive and historic snowstorm here this 2020 here. This is a great way to end 2020 for some of these people who are snow lovers here. Who knows, maybe Georgia can get something interesting. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll do another one later today.